I did not ask for this life of Atlas. With the whole world on my shoulders, will this weight fall when I'm older? Will the doctors heal the broken collarbones? Will I walk like normal people when I'm on my own? I was born a pillar, holding up the broken roof. I was born in chains from which I can't get loose. Will the world forgive me for wishing for a better? Will the words go anywhere once I've burned the letter? That's it.
It's less so that I'm afraid of what lies beyond. That is, I'm not particularly concerned with the dynamics of a future that I'll never truly see. At least as far as sight goes when you're dead. I'm more worried about my past, or the future without me. Really, what will I be leaving behind? As I take one step to the windowsill, I'm often stopped by a glance backwards, the room I've left empty. The shelves barren, walls without even a speck of oddly applied paint. Nobody will know it was mine when I leave. Did I ever really exist? I don't crave a label, nor do I want my face left behind. Perhaps just a word, or a faint scent, something that'll last for some time. I was here, you know?
My name is Janelli, and this is my poem. It's called Speech. Reality is a myth. Everything is repurposed, and no one is original or true. Everything is embellished and embedded with lies and half-truths. Language won't allow what we envision to be articulated. Social rules make sure our conversations aren't boring or uncomfortable. We make ourselves never say things as they are, were, or will be. And in the end, what really happened and what didn't?
Exactness escapes me when I want to play connect the dots with pinpoint dissections of the adoration I feel for you. Occasionally, I summon the phrases that fit my idea of romance and breathtaking poetry. More often than not, you reduce me to simple clauses, to wordless sounds, to absurd noises, to the smack of a kiss. Each moment a singularity, an explanation, a self-sufficient and contained camera obscura reflecting the essence of my heart, projecting it into reality, onto a surface, replete with depth, dimension, everything left behind by those simple clauses. There are some simple feelings that the smallest words fail to translate, some intricate emotions that the largest words cannot. The camera obscura takes different forms. I reflect the image of my love for you through actions, my arms wrapped around you tightly, through playlists, songs, albums, voice memos of my covers. One day I hope to reflect all my tenderness through the sight of each of us in miniature, distilling all the grandiosity of this girlish heart into the simplest, most exact rendering, a life with you and a family.
Hi, my name is Kat, and I'll be reading a poem titled Amplifier. I am rooted in place to the only place I've ever loved, to familiar faces and thumping music and the click-clacks of trains roaring down the tracks. I don't want to leave, yet I stretch my long green arms out in search of another who can match the thrill in my city. Rooted in place, I go far, never straying from my path.
Hi, my name is Ella, and I'm going to be reading a poem called Gay Panic. I fall in and out of love with girls I'll never meet and versions of them that don't exist. They seem so perfect, like they're the only ones that will make me feel real, and perfect may be the wrong word, I know it is, but they are too amazing for a word to ever describe them. They are too beautiful to ever capture in a photograph, and too true to ever know all sides of them. They're just, and I'm just, and it's just so, so much for my little gay brain to handle. Because oh my god, when I see her, everything else disappears, and I can't speak, and I bump into walls, and I just die inside, because oh my god, just look at her, and the way she talks, and the way she walks, and oh my god, I die all over again. And her voice and her eyes and her ability to make me feel like I'm melting while still feeling so very alive, but also I'm dead. My little gay brain can't handle it. I cannot handle it. Holy
My name is Carter Doss, and the poem I wrote is called The Wind. A hammer striking me down, kicking me along the current. It's relentless, god of destruction. Two personalities, a perfect duality. The eye of the storm. I fight to get up, waiting for the storm to hit me again. I run away, trying to flee, but I run into the storm, and it lifts me back to where I started. I don't know if I'll stay alive. I carefully go back, and when the monster isn't looking, I run away. He brings me back. God damn it, I scream, letting rage consume me. I take my hammer and hit the floor, creating an area of destruction myself. What have I done? I tap the monster on the shoulder, asking politely to leave. He obliges, and I pass through. Home sweet home. A god of pain, but a god of understanding. A monster who gives and takes, no matter the side of the fence. I understand who the monster is. It gives life a new chance, like with me. The earth is gifted by its element, and I am too. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Raniero, and I'm going to be reading a poem called Your Mind Imagined. I wish I could live inside your mind, crawl and lie in the trenches of your thoughts. I want to sit by your glowing firelight of passion, trap myself in the sticky nooks filled with ideas. I want to find the hidden scene void of joy, get lost in the cold, damp places of your phobia. I want to hear the echo of euphoria bounce off the walls of your head. I want to touch the clouds high in your mind. As sleepy zephyrs graze my sides, I will take in the great expanse. Won't you take me there?
Hello, I am Lexi, and I will be reading a very silly poem called Bumbleburb. I bumble through the city, committing several felonies, going to all extremities, making many enemies. No humans can evade my treachery, but I have never been arrested. See, I am a cute little bird. That's it.
I am Chives, and this is my poem called Hypothetical Journey for Happiness. I spoke to the moon, and the moon spoke back. It told me what it had witnessed from afar and the dreams it oversaw. When I asked if it could give, it said, certainly. I want to be happy, I explained with empty tears of pride, and the moon decided to respond after many years. Now that's a tricky one, it drawled out, and I'm afraid I cannot help you. So I left the moon and headed for the sun. When I met the sun, I missed gazing upon the moon's features. Its light shone with such power, and I was unable to see the face of who I spoke to. However, I knew that if I looked up, I would be cursed to only view nothingness. So I spoke with my head down. I asked the sun the same question with the moon in my close memory. I want to be happy. The white fiery ball talked back in a snap, saying, there's nothing I could ever do for you. So I left the sun and trudged on further. When I arrived at my third destination, I decided to look up. Despite my recent experience of potential blindness, I saw stars glimmering in an endless sky. I had a bold feeling that this might be the end of my journey, so I spoke to the sky and said what I wished. I want to be happy, but it didn't speak back. Even after I had asked every star in every part of the night, I only heard silence surrounding. In a huff, I moved on, not even recognizing it as the home of my journey's beginnings. I searched for light years, asking every service that the moon watched over, until I made it to a final body of water. I crouched down to whisper my question. My voice had been weathered through all of my asking, but when I looked, I became mute. I saw myself in a mirror and the moon behind my shoulder. I want to be happy, I croaked through a last final breath. The surface was disrupted, with ripples of water returning to their home from my face. I watched as the shapeless eyes of the moon reached into mine, and I explained to myself, I want to be happy. It came to a halt, so I turned to gaze just as the moon had long ago. I explored craters from afar that were deeper than every ocean trench, and stretched 1,000 miles longer than any of my previous trails. I knew that I had reached the end of my journey, but just as I began to explain the answer to myself, I woke up and the dream was out of my memory.
Hello, my name is Mars, and my poem is called Live, Love, Life. You are the place in nature this story was told. Wear it with pride. Play with grass. Feel the cool air against your arms and the humidity against your shins. We are all children of the stars, filled with the creation and absence of light. Create what brightness comes to you. Experience yourself just as everyone else has.